This is Dirty 20 Gaming. My name is Kevin. We're going to introduce the rest of these people in just a minute, but first of all, thank you for joining us this evening. We are going to play some Dungeons & Dragons this evening. We're going to use Roll20 as our virtual tabletop of choice, and we're going to do horrible things to the module Storm King's Thunder, because that's what we've done so far, and there's no point in stopping now. We're rather committed to wrecking it quite completely, and we are well on the road to that wonderful and creative conclusion. The people helping me. Yes?
So I think it's one of those, we start at Lord of the Rings and we quickly devolved to Monty Python.
Yes, yeah, it didn't take long. Very quickly. And helping us down that slippery slope to where we are now, and where I have to DM from, is, let's start with the Scarred Adventurer. Thank you for joining us, and how goeth the website?
The website goeth. Not much has been going on the website. I've not, since Friday when I last talked about it, I haven't done very much. So if you like the website and all the wonderful people that are on the website, one of the wonderful people playing Idicus, Sarah, who plays Idicus, which is also wonderful, is on the website. So please be sure to check it out. Otherwise, look forward to sporadic updates.
Sporadic updates. That would be a good subtitle for that channel, actually, and frankly for this one too.
This one's scheduled.
Yeah, but then it's still sporadic, which just makes it more sporadic and less scheduled. There was a segue a while back that I've just finished writing down, because apparently one of the people who plays Idicus is with us this evening. Sarah, thank you for bringing us Idicus, and how goes Tangor Productions?
Still working on the original script, and then I had another idea, so now I'm writing that script too.
Excellent. So, I see. So we've got a dearth of one at one place and too much at the other. I see a natural solution. Talk after the show. Thank you for joining us tonight. I appreciate you taking time out of your day to come play with us. Next, because there's a dog, there's a wolf, and there's a moonstone, and there are now wolf ears, and by the time we're done this, there's just going to be like a wolf sitting there playing this game. It's going to be magnificent. Playing Beowulf for us this evening, Solar Dasher. Have you Hey, you are ready. Have you had a chance to do any other streaming as your own self?
Not recently. Today was kind of busy. Yesterday got busy too. And then I got tired. But yeah. I'm thinking maybe tomorrow, since I don't have to work, for a change.
Wow.
So I might do a little bit of Fortnite, something else. I've also been playing a little bit of Fallout New Vegas.
Nice. Well, hopefully
other than that, time. Working.
Well, hopefully you've got time to get that done tomorrow, and the inclination, because gaming is fun. Last but definitely not least, Wolfsbane, welcome back. I won't ask if you've been doing any streaming lately, because you've been kind of busy doing other shit, so we'll just leave it at that, shall we?
That works.
Okay.
I am on the mend again.
Excellent. That is perfect.
I am gonna try and get some streaming done on my better days. It's gonna be sporadic as well, but commissions are open because I got bills to pay.
All right.
Spore Attic, always fun.
Oh, Spore Attic. Yeah, that's where that's the place above your house where you keep your mushrooms.
Yes, and I hate to interrupt with your last but not least, but the actual last but not the last.
I know. No, that there's a reason. I was even doing a dramatic pause here, because also appearing, because he gets special billing. You see, also appearing at the end, just when everybody's going, okay, the movie's going to start, and it's like, oh shit, there's another one. That's not also appearing, because he's got a good agent. He gets his name on the screen all by himself. Playing Bickford for us this evening. I didn't cover that well at all, but I kind of covered it. So, oh man, somebody's gonna have to put together a collection of all the people I forgot to introduce. Bison, thank you for joining us this evening. Thank you for bringing Bickford Barkswipe to us. And you still playing Portal?
Control.
Control. That's the one I meant.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's the one you meant.
Now say no just to make the joke funny. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I should have. Yeah, no. You can find me on my Twitch now. Give me a sec here, because I was too busy watching everybody else. I didn't get this already. You can find me on my Twitch channel on 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I usually play Control for a couple hours. It's good fun. After that, I might do a playthrough of either Void Bastards because of the name, or Pillars of Eternity because it's a hell of a lot of fucking fun.
Excellent. That sounds interesting. It's good to see you're back streaming regularly again. And yes, thank you. Everybody pop your links in the chat so they can find you when they're not watching us here, of course. With that, let's get back into this. And Creature and Corfell are going to have to wait. But I'm going to give you a hook to stand on while you wait, just so you can feel like bait. When you guys got the Flying Castle landed here, and Idicus and Beowulf and Bickford were told to go down the ropes, because Harshnag had to have a word with the two of you.
Is it because we're the parents?
Corfell, we'll start with you. This is a 19-foot tall giant looming over you. He looks down and he says, "The All-Father is many things to many people. But many aeons ago, they were amongst those that turned on the creature that was the All-Father and killed his corporeal form. This giant head rotates and looks at Creature. And your rider was instrumental in the death of that physical form. So I thought it best if the two of you didn't enter the Oracle. There is someplace else I can put you. You'll be allowed in the building.
I'd
Just-
prefer to stay with my party.
Well, right now this is your party," and he points at Creature.
Yo.
And I get a recount.
This isn't a democracy. There is a place I can put you where you can stay out of trouble until the others are finished.
As long as it's not another jewelry box.
It is not. In fact, there is a small chance, a very small chance, that you might even earn your way back into the good graces of the Allfather. Because where I'm going to put you is not a safe place. And he does rather get upset when people die in his house.
Well, you're already dead.
Yeah, I've been for 2 centuries. I miss it. It's a nice little hole in the ground. And some bastard comes up and goes, "I'm gonna attach this thing to this thing," and then just fucked everything up. Now I am a we, and we are just very tired.
Corfell, how do you respond to that?
Pretty sure that's how children are made.
You know, it's similar, but you don't. But when someone says they're going to bone, they don't usually mean a skeleton.
And with that, you hear, "I'm done here." And the giant stands up to his full height and reaches into his vest and pulls out a tiny, to him, silverish, bluish crystal and just drops it. It lands between his feet. And the two of you find yourself in a very, very different place. I'm just going to move you on the map now.
You smoke?
No, I like my lungs.
Yeah, I wish I still had them.
a second. Gotta get
And
close enough
look,
to actually grab
200 years ago, the effects of cigarettes weren't really known.
it. Famous George Burns quote. They said, "How did you live so long?" He said, "I was born before they knew I was born before they knew cigars were bad for you." The two of you should now be able to see a small area because you've only got your dark vision in an. Oh, actually, no. Pardon me. This room is not. This room is lit. So let me fix that. Let's just do that. Let's do. Oh, heavy sigh. Let's do that. Oops. I should have had this prepped. Bang. That should light up the room. There we go. You guys can see in this room, you're talking away, being smartasses, and suddenly you're being smartasses in a different place. This room is huge, absolutely massive, and no, the people on the stream cannot see it. Only the two of you can see it right at the moment. And in that place, you are tiny. You're in like insects on the floor. Everything around you is hugely oversized. These are like long picnic tables. This whole room is a dining hall. But the seats are 10 feet in the air. The table's 10 feet above that. The fire pit in the center of the room that's emitting most of the light and heat is 150 feet across. And it's crackling with fire. And this room is warm in this temple in the middle of the mountain. Need perception checks from both of you, please.
May I
Let's
quickly
get
ask?
started, Joe.
Could I have the actual? I can't see the thing
The map?
on my
You have to
screen.
zoom the fuck out to find out where.
No, I did.
It's
Yeah.
very large.
Oh, hang on a second. Let me make sure that you are.
Ah, there we go.
Found you?
Yeah, now I'm there.
Okay, there we go. Cool. So yes, there
Am
is
I?
light emitting from several places in this
Yeah,
room.
yeah.
So now I need the perception check from both of you, please.
Now let the guy with eyes probably, see the things.
Wait, why did it? What?
9.
Oh shit!
No.
I thought you were
It's,
kidding there.
Uh-oh.
Isn't 2. Oh, okay.
It'll
I
do.
had
It'll
it
send
set
them
up
both.
to
But
do
I
that.
did. Oh, wait a minute. Here you come. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah. Whew. Rusty. Rusty. That's what we'll call Corfell for tonight. The two of all you can see is
Doesn't
the
look
big
like the
fire pit
inside
in the middle.
box.
There's also somewhere in this huge, gigantic room, way off to the southeast from where you are. It looks like there's 2 huge pillars, and beyond that, there's some kind of if this was outside, you'd call it a structure. It's 150 feet by 100 feet. But something on top of it is glowing.
Can I go stealth?
Absolutely, you can. Give me a stealth check. Creature, what are you doing? So I'm going to just move you underneath or move yourself underneath one of these tables here.
Yeah. I'm
It's
going to
literally
walk.
a giant picnic table that's, 300 feet long. So that's pretty stealthy. Yep.
I'm one of the jackasses that's going to just walk up the leg of the table and then walk underneath the table
Okay, yeah, you do.
like a piece of gum. that someone put
suspended
there?
along. Yep, absolutely. So just both move yourselves. Remember, each one of these spaces is technically 20 feet. So just to put this in
Yeah.
perspective,
There
if
we
this
go.
was a regular map, if we were actually in combat, you would move 1.5 squares per turn. You are super quick. You would move 2 whole squares per turn. But for now, you're going to be moving more distances than that. But think sort of 5 to 7 spaces and move yourselves underneath that table where you can. And again, nobody else can see this, so I like this.
This table?
I was thinking this one here, yeah,
Okay, then this one here.
or that one there, whichever one you like, whichever one you
It's-
like.
I genuinely don't care.
Yeah, give me a stealth with advantage because you're gumming it.
Sure. Oh, it's actually pretty good.
21. Yeah. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So, Corfel, which way do you go? Do you go the same route as Creature, or are you going up northeast?
So I'm gonna follow close to him, but
Yeah.
not so close. Like if I don't know,
Yeah.
he gets hit with a lightning bolt, I'm gonna get hit too.
Absolutely. Well, he's walking on the upside down on the top on the table, and you're walking sort of like below and
Yeah,
behind, so
I'll
you
be
can keep an eye on
underneath
him.
him basically.
Absolutely. So I'm just going to move you over there, so you're sort of the two of you under that.
That's
table.
good because I don't know how to operate that.
Whatever was on that table, you see the light source. You don't see the thing itself, but you see the sort like the shadows start to move. So you just something lands on that floor on the far side of the room, and there's a large sound. And the light source starts to move towards your general direction, or at least towards the middle of the room. Perception checks, please.
Please be nicer.
I'm just rolling crap.
Oh my
You appear
word.
to be in some sort of room.
Wow, you're not good.
This piece of gum is a little. It's blocking my viewpoint.
Yeah, that's yeah, perfect. Because it's giant gum, so yeah, your foot's stuck in it for a couple. Yeah, neither one of you see a damn thing. You're in the shadows under here. There's dust bunnies down here as big as you are, Corfel. Like you're having to sort of. There's bugs in the giant dust bunnies that are lashing out at you as you walk past. You're a little distracted, but go ahead and move slightly further. Sort of I'll give you 5 or 6 more spaces at least, and then roll another stealth check for me. I'm not even going to roll against that first one. It was too good. Actually, I'm not rolling. You're going against its passive perception.
Yeah, I'm terrible.
10 and a 15. Okay, not as stealthy. All right. And yeah, you saw nothing. This time, as that light source starts to move, and the legs of these tables that you're walking under are sort of casting shadows that are moving now, making it hard to see out. Whatever it is stops. You hear a hiss. And it starts to move again. This time it seems to be moving in your direction.
Hiss. Does it sound undead?
No.
Okay.
It sounds very sort of snaky.
Reptilian.
Yeah. Legless reptilian even. I'll give you that much. Why with a 6, I don't know. But anyway.
No, I'm not hearing footsteps. I'm just
Buzz.
hearing.
No, there are no footsteps.
So yeah. If it's
One
getting
more
closer
round,
and
yeah.
it's
One more
Can I
round.
use minor illusion to cause sound at the table across from us?
Absolutely. What's the range on minor illusion?
30 feet.
Because you're in giant land. You got 30 feet from
Oh,
where you
yeah,
are
it
is
is.
1.5 squares. So you could make it sound like the seat right there is making a noise. Yeah, this is giant scale. This is where all your spells go. Oh shit. Your 120-foot spells go 6 squares on this map.
Yeah, each square is a
My
4 by
life
4.
is hard.
It's 20 by 20, yeah. Yep.
You
All
have
right.
to zoom way the fuck in to see.
Just
them
think of the
all.
ones that have to close for melee.
So since I'm stealth,
Yep.
can I create an image further away?
It's the
gonna do
same
that.
range though, right?
Yeah.
So you
But
could
that way,
make it
if
you
it-
walking up there, but it's still only 30 feet away from you.
Yeah, that's fine. Do that.
Okay.
I'm gonna
So,
do that.
yep. Okay.
Yep.
I like that. That adds to. I'll give you advantage on your stealth, and the thing will probably see that thing next round. So good plan. Creature, what are you doing? And then continuing to move forward, Corfel.
Metal Gear Solid alarm sound.
I'm so zoomed out. I might even not have moved the right one there. But you're still on the bottom of the table.
yeah. I'm moving quietly. I'm not
Okay.
like it's not like I'm putting weight into it.
Yeah.
If anything, the table would bend to me, but it's a giant table. It's not
Yes.
going to bend.
No.
or make any real creaking sound of me walking across it.
Nope, it's not a problem. You're walking underneath it. So the two of you continue to move forward with sort of up and to your left. There's a Corfell that's walking along the seat.
Yeah. That creature's not even really trying to be stealthy. He's just trying to be quiet.
Yep. And as you get closer, you see climbing up onto the fire pit and then into the fire pit a giant blue snake with a wreath of like a cobra, almost like a cobra's hood. And you see now the legs that were strapped along the side of its body all reach out like a millipede and along the edge of this huge brazier.
Is that lit? That's lit, right? The
It's
brazier?
lit. It crawled right into the coals of the fire, and it looks like that.
Yeah.
It's bright blue, but red spikes all the way down the back. It is radiating heat. There's a heat wave coming off that fire in the middle of the room. There's one of those thinner, quicker heat waves coming off of this thing. It looks over. It sees the little Corfell. Its head drops down. It looks underneath, and it looks up, and creature, you feel it just doink. You've been tracked. Corfell, as far as you can tell, you have not yet been seen. Meanwhile, in the other room, back on the main map, our party of three, Idicus, Beowulf, and Bigford, find yourselves with Harshnag in this gigantic room. I'm going to describe the room again, but as I do, you can imagine yourselves being sort of stunned by this room, while Idicus, if I remember correctly, is heading directly across the room towards the gigantic portal on the big sparkly portal with the mithril symbols on the other side. So in this room, thick frost clings to every surface but the floor. 7 enormous statues are in this room, each of them 100 feet tall. The largest one in the middle over 200. The biggest one in the middle has his arms outstretched and his face is hidden from where you are because you're behind it, and is facing a glowing archway in the far wall. Kneeling in rows on each side are 6 statues half its size, each impressive in its own right and depicting a paragon of a type of giant: hill, stone, frost, fire, cloud, and storm. These smaller statues face the bigger one in the room's center. In their outstretched arms, 5 of the giants hold weapons held out as gifts for the Allfather. Only the frost giant statue is unarmed. The archway on the far, far, far side of the room is 40 feet wide and 40 feet tall. 6 different runes are carved around it, each one inlaid in mithril, and a glowing mist fills the arch. Niches in the walls on either side of it contain empty, ice-covered sconces made of iron. As you wait, Harshnag just points out the statues and names them. You can see the names lightly on your screen. Scoreus, Thrym, Stranmaus, Grolantor, Surtur, and Memnor. Thrym is the only one without a weapon, the Frost Giant. These weapons are huge. For example, Grolantor, the one closest to you on the right, is a hill giant. They have a boned great club that you probably suspect weighs 500 pounds. Just the weapon.
Goodness.
There's double doors below you to the south. In fact, that area between the double doors is just a sheet of frosted ice. It's very hard. You can't see through it, but it's essentially a wall right now. Behind you, as you look back, you can see entryways to those 2 shelves that you guys were on before, the 2 high walls. There's entryways, but they do have portcullises. Those are here and here. The doors you came through are directly behind you there. To the north, there's 2 sets of doors there and there. To the east is that gigantic portal, and to the south, a set of doors there, a set of doors there, and this wall in the middle seems to have been replaced with a wall of ice. There, I finally described the whole room.
Mhm.
Harshnag is in a position of reverence on the floor, praying in that strange giant-ish language that you've heard him use a couple times.
Where is Harshnag at the moment?
He'd be about here. I haven't got him on the map right at the moment. I shouldn't get him. One moment, please. But go ahead and figure out what you're doing while you're waiting for him.
Well, Beowulf, to remind everybody, he's still in his wolf form.
Yes.
He's just gonna be next to Harshnag, just laying down and
Okay.
looking at the giant statue
Okay.
with his head, like on his paws.
Oh, gotcha. So I'll just put him right by you then. That's you, right? Yeah. Okay. Bigford, what are you doing?
Well, I was looking at all the fancy statues, and then the little goblin shit took off, and creature's gonna have my damn head if I don't take care of him. So
You take off after, yep, you start running across the room. Idicus, what's your speed?
Uh,
Your Warforged, it's 30, right? Yeah.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
it's
okay.
30.
Yeah. Bigford, I know you're tall. What's your speed?
still 30.
Still 30. Okay. So,
I'd have to dash to catch up.
yeah, and I'm assuming Idicus is dashing too.
The
You're
minute he sees he's being chased, absolutely.
Oh, and you can do the rogue dash thing too, right? So you guys are actually moving triple speed?
I don't know.
Oh no, never mind. That's monk thing. Never mind. I think that's
Yeah,
monk
no,
step of the
it's,
wind. But
it's-
yeah,
it's-
never mind.
At the same time.
Yeah, you disengage. But never mind. Yeah, the two of you are just, some would say disrespectfully, racing across the room towards the big shiny on the far side. As you proceed to do so, Harshnag is absolutely unaware. He is in a crouched position, saying his prayers. That's the two of you. So, Beowulf, you see this.
Is Idicus still wearing the leash?
Nope. They know how to undo it now, so.
Fucker.
He's gonna roll his eyes,
Mhm.
and with his speed, which is 40, he's gonna run after Idicus.
Yeah, you will start to catch them up. Absolutely. Okay. So, Harshnag stays there. Let's move you guys sort of over here. As you run across the room, you notice a couple of things. One, Idicus, maybe more than the others, you notice this because your legs are short. You're really fast, but your legs are short. The floor here is not flat. It's not got ice on it. Everywhere else has got ice. You guys had to break ice to get through the door. You look around at the walls in this place, they're all iced up. The doors are all iced over. There's ice everywhere except the statues, the sparkly portal, and the floor. And you just, the floor is also cracked. Almost like the big statue in the middle is too heavy. But for you, it's actually a step. Like it's like these cracks that look tiny on this map are 5 feet across. You kind of have to get over them, right? And as you do, you look down and they're full of dirt. Like they've been here for thousands of years. Just this moment, and the other two following you, sort of as you run across these crevasses too. They're not fresh. This didn't just happen. This place is eons old. As you get to this place, you're all kind of, you're almost drawn. You can't help but look up to see the face of this giant statue because it's been facing away from you. I want to see your reactions. I want to do it one at a time. Idicus, you come around first and look up. There's no face. It's perfectly smooth. There's no mouth, no nose, no eyes, just a hood.
that would actually stop Idicus like in his tracks,
That's why
to
I'm doing
look
this
up.
in order. Yeah.
and he's gonna say he's gonna look at Beowulf and Bigford and just say, "Creature."
Use their name instead of Frid. Bigford
Yeah.
and Beowulf, you've closed the gap, so you're just running up on this not quite so hairy bugbear, and the two of you are just dud 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 dud, and you see Idicus look up, freeze, skid to a metallic stop on this floor, and say, "Creature." You look up, the face is absolutely smooth. What do you do?
Well, now I can see why you said creature, Idicus, but I don't think that's creature.
You're
Oh,
still in wolf form, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's thinking back. How's that?
Everybody's seen those videos where the husky just keeps making noises and they put words in? Yeah. It's
You know,
Bigford. You don't speak wolf, but
But this is now the third time Bigford's seen something like that. There was
yeah.
the White Mask when he was a kid.
Yep.
There was a Creature now, and this
Yep.
is the third time. He's like, I wouldn't say scared. I would say he's definitely like trying to process shit he hasn't told anybody else.
Absolutely.
And he's not even looking at Idicus. Idicus was his prime.
Yep. But Idicus
concern.
isn't running anymore,
And
so
now
yeah.
he's
Three of you are just sort of standing there looking up.
trying
I'm
to
kind of
figure-
thinking that maybe Beowulf would have jumped onto Idicus anyway.
Yeah,
And
just
then
grab him
look
just to make sure. Yep. So the three of you
Yeah,
are
yeah.
together now looking up at this face. And just for those that don't know, the statue in the actual module is faceless, but it's for a completely different reason. So especially with what I just told Creature and Corfell earlier in this episode, that the rest of you don't know yet. But yeah, that there was a physical form to the Allfather, and the two of them, well, one of their parasites and the other one, their species, were directly resulting in the killing of that creature. So anyway, back in this room, the three of you stare up. Behind you, Harshnag stops speaking, or stops his chant, and looks at the three of you. We can't just walk through, it needs to be opened.
It was just like the fucking damn here. Just completely the portal is not even in his
Yeah.
mind.
He walks forward, and for him it doesn't take long because he is a giant, and he comes around the corner and looks up and starts to laugh. No. The sculptors did not know what the Allfather looked like, and dared not offend him by assuming they knew his face. Or at least that is the story we were told when we were small. Now he's stopping looking up too. Meanwhile, back in the other room, the Remoras boils out of the fire pit, sparks flying everywhere around it, and hits the ground. You can see it now. It's massive. It's like a millipede wrapping around itself, jutting out of the top with this cobra hood that just keeps flexing. Even from here, you can feel the heat coming off of it. This thing is huge. What do the two of you do?
So since I'm stealth, I want to kind of whisper over to Creature.
Yeah.
What do you think? Attack first, or try to be sneaky?
I say we book it.
To where?
the other direction. Because I don't know about you, but that doesn't look like something that swallows things whole. And
Yeah,
I
it
don't
kinda
think I can.
does.
It does?
Yeah. In fact, it looks exactly like an ability on its sheet says it can swallow things whole. It also says it's just to give you an idea, a numerical idea. It also says CR11 on that same sheet. So yeah, this thing, I tried to give the impression that this is massive. This thing actually fits this room. Like it makes sense in this room. It's built to scale. You're not. Yes.
Okay. I say we book it, but if you want to stay and fight, then I say I get eaten, and then I do some massive internal hemorrhaging.
Okay with either. I have spells prepared, or
Yeah, but you can also feel the heat off of it, right?
yeah, it's a little warm.
Yeah.
Not my forte.
I don't have anything that really boils in me, but I don't really like the idea of being singed.
Fair enough. Back the way we came then.
Let's try one thing quick first. And then as soon as I say it, we run.
Famous
Yes.
last words. Let me do one thing quick.
Over there! And then he just runs in the
Just
opposite
turns and
direction.
runs.
Can you make your little illusion to a little dancey jig? I say
Yeah,
mid.
I was gonna say I'm gonna send my illusion,
Bolt.
you know,
Yeah.
like
Hello, my baby. Hello, my.
yeah,
yeah,
basically.
absolutely. You
Hello, my
scream
baby.
that, your illusion
Hello,
goes
my
doodly doodly
baby.
doodly doodly doodly. Unfortunately, Remoras have tremor sense. And so the two of you turning and running away is the only actual real noise in the room. And so it starts to
I'm still
follow you.
surprised I make any noise.
It just
underneath
a fraction. Just anyway, I'm gonna just talk this out. I'm not gonna physically move you.
Like a bunch of ducks moving.
Well, you turn around and it's like, let's make a run for it. And you turn around and look. It is 400 feet to that wall to the north of you.
1 minute.
And you take off running, and behind you, you hear 1,000 feet. I checked. I know creature isn't going to get caught. Corfell, movement of 30? Probably you're a moon elf, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I am stealth, so there's
Yeah,
that.
you are. Absolutely. Creature, are you going to pull away? Because you're faster, right?
Yeah, I'll pull away.
Okay.
And
so you're-
I've seen it look at me.
yes,
clearly
it knows,
track onto me?
It's tracking you, yes. So you take off running. This thing behind you, you keep checking back. It doesn't appear like you're in immediate danger because it's only moving the same speed as Corfell. So as long as Corfell continues to run and everything goes okay, it will not apparently catch you. But it becomes rapidly apparent to both of you. You're heading towards this wall to the north of you, and it's got this much ice on it. The doors are completely covered in ice. It is a huge wall of ice between these two doors.
Are there any cracks in the wall?
Give me a high speed. I was going to say investigation, but it's not. You haven't got time to investigate. Give me a perception check.
Yeah.
Corfell will give you one too if you'd like, unless you've got something else you can think
God
of.
damn it.
How far did you say the wall is?
You guys are getting close now. Well, I'm not moving your
Okay.
actual tokens for
Right.
this. We're just.
And it's ice.
Yep, it is.
And the thing's emitting heat, right?
It is emitting heat. Yes.
Well, backup plan is made.
So as we get closer, like while I'm moving,
Yep.
'cause
Oh, yeah.
I can do that. I'm
Yep.
gonna use firebolt
Yep.
at this wall of ice.
Just
Yeah.
You've got multiple turns before you get there, so you just keep blasting. That's a cantrip, right?
Yeah.
Just- yeah.
Yeah,
You
it's a
keep
cantrip.
firing away. Creature, you don't really see with a 12. You don't really notice any obvious cracks, but you do see this spot ahead of you where the firebolt keeps hitting.
Okay.
You look back behind you, and this thing is coming. It's coming across the floor towards you. It's just about at that last table, and you guys are just about up against the wall now. You can see the more it moves, the hotter it's getting. It's starting to heat up the stones itself that it touches as it's running towards you. The two of you are more
Okay.
or less to that wall now.
Creature, as soon as creature gets within, we get within a few kind of like 45 feet of the wall.
Yeah.
We kind of leap in such a way, if doable,
Yeah.
that we get behind the thing chasing us, or just
Uh,
not behind.
like it's 40 feet
jump,
long.
yeah,
Yeah.
jump in such a way that I can sort of flip myself just so I can trip up some legs
Okay. So you want to
and
try
force
and-
it into the ice wall.
into the ice wall. Absolutely. Corfell,
As
what
it
are
slips.
what are you doing?
Um,
Your fire is doing some damage to this wall, but as you get closer, you see this wall is like 4 feet thick of solid ice. The doors have got about 4 inches of ice on them as you approach.
I've got a terrible idea.
And
all right, what is it?
You see him all monked out, getting ready to do a fancy leap.
I'm gonna trip it, and you know what? It doesn't look that coordinated. I'm assuming it'll just slide forward.
All right.
tuck and
so
roll.
I'm gonna position myself in front of this wall
Yeah.
as bait.
As bait, absolutely. Okay, that would give you.
Um,
Yep.
But I'm gonna
Blue.
I want to prep a spell.
Yeah. What spell are you gonna get ready?
I want to prep levitate
Okay, on yourself.
on myself.
And I think I know where this is going. You're just gonna go when it gets here. You're just gonna go straight up.
Yep.
Yep, I love it. I love it. Yes, break the game. Nobody ever thought of this. All I did was change one wall to an ice wall, and then this whole thing happened. So the two of you are at the wall, both ready to do your thing. I need a acrobatics from creature. And yeah, you can cast a spell. That's just timing, so that's not an issue. You don't even need to save. You just wait till it's close, and up you go.
Basically.
You go how far up? Levitate? 20 feet?
Yeah, 20 feet.
Okay. Yep. You get 20 feet up, and you realize you're sort of looking it in the eyes now. Creature,
It'll be okay.
Okay,
you go for
can
a
I-
trip.
Can I just slip and then try to attack its knees? with as
Absolutely,
many
you can,
hits
yep.
as possible.
You go
Uh,
flying in there with your acrobatics of 8, and attempt to trip it, and the leg hits you like a tree. You're like George of the Jungle in reverse. Instead of you hitting the tree, it's like wham, and the leg just goes right through you, and you're wrapped around it.
Okay.
In that moment, it hammers into you. It hammers into Corfell, and then smashes into the ice wall. I need both of you to make a dex save, please.
Yeah. Creature's gonna essentially spit out something and go,
I am very sorry, but I did say terrible idea.
Yes, a 20. Okay, Corfell, you're good. You're only going to take half damage. Creature, oh, that was a dex roll. I need a dex save.
oh, damn it. I hit
Are
the wrong
you,
thing. Damn it. The 19 was a better.
I'll give you the 16 because you're not proficient,
Okay.
right? That's not your yeah, you're not getting a bonus on that. So yeah, I'll give you the 19. It works. You're only taking half of 17. So you take 9 points of damage each as this thing smashes into the wall. You also take, because you are now within 5 feet of it. Check the number.
You said 19, right?
Yep, 19, and then an additional 13 each So 31 total damage. That last is fire heat damage as you get slammed into the ice wall.
31 total?
Yeah, 31 total. 9. Oh no, sorry, 22 total.
9 plus
I gave you the. I did the whole
13.
17. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, 9 plus 13, 22 total.
Okay,
Sorry,
okay.
my
I
bad.
was like,
22 total. Sorry, I can't add. I'm usually pretty good at math.
That's
Man.
why I was confused.
So yeah, 19 total, 13 of which is heat damage as it melts and steams you into the ice. You feel that ice crack and give, but that wall has not fallen yet. On the other side of that wall, in the main room, the four of you staring up at the Allfather's blank face, and you hear and look to the south, and that ice wall, that blue ice wall, has got a big, like a reddish splot on it. It's part light and part fire and part blood. You see two forms sort of smashed against the wall. Behind it, a writhing blue and red body. Harshnag says, Remoras, and turns that way and starts to draw his weapon. What do you do?
Which direction again? I'm sorry.
South.
South? So whoops.
You are 250 feet away
Down
from
here.
this moment, from that spot where this is happening. If you do 30 and 30, that's 60. It's going to take you 4 rounds to get there. What do you
Bigford's
do?
going to get under the big statue
Yeah.
and pull out the sheet.
No,
Do you
Lance,
want to-
I was trying to do it. I did new math. The old way, we got it right.
He's
Okay.
going to.
Sneaky Bigford hiding. Yes. Okay. Pure Bigford. Beowulf in wolfish form. What are you doing?
That's what I was trying to find out. Give me just a minute.
Yeah. Okay. In that case, Idicus, what are you doing?
Walking towards the shiny portal.
Nobody's paying
Beowulf
attention
is still
again.
on top of Idicus.
I'm out of here. You were. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Idicus
was.
is trying to head towards the portal. What do you do?
Is Idicus wearing like a bag on their back or
They've got
anything that he can grab onto?
There's
Yes,
a
it's
backpack.
cloak.
Yeah. 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 There's a cloak in his
Well,
backpack. So
Idicus is gonna grab onto that. I'm not Idicus. Beowulf is gonna grab onto that.
with your teeth. Okay. Grab onto the cloak. Idicus, somebody's got your cloak.
Shiny.
He just
Just point at the thing shiny. That turn passes. Harshnag turns and runs this way. He's faster than you guys, but it's even going to take him several turns to get there. Back on the other side of the room, the Remoras peels itself off the wall and away from the two of you.
Creature is going to attack it with 6 vampiric bites if I did the math right.
How are you doing 6?
2 key points for because I can attack twice. It's not a
Yep.
per action, it's per attack. So I
Yep.
can attack twice. And then with the flurry of blows, it's an extra 2 on top of that.
So that's 4, yeah.
So the first one makes 3, the second one makes 6.
so you're just gnawing the shit out of that
Yeah,
dude's
okay, yeah. Let me open this up. Yep, okay, now I know what its armor class is. Go ahead and start attacking. First vampiric bite. 6 right there. Missed, hit, missed, hit. So 3. The 19, the 24, and the 25, those 3 hit.
The 19, the
that's-
24, and the 25.
Yeah.
So that's 14.
5 is 14 points of damage.
And immediately reabsorbed into creature as health.
Yes.
Nice.
You stuck that back. You struck them, so you take another 3d6. 11 points of heat damage.
Okay, so I healed myself for 3.
Yep, that's the net gain of 3. Hey, that's a positive. That's a positive sum gain. Corfell, you have a small bit of distance. It peeled off the wall, and creature just went ape shit on it.
It's not even that. It's just the mouth and chest open,
Yeah,
and
just
6
starts clawing
tendrils
at
just
it, yeah.
shoot out.
Yeah, and a couple of them got under the scales. But what are you doing? other than looking at your spell list like you want to throw up a little bit.
No, that's the pain. That's honestly just the pain.
That's the player, not
Um,
the character. I got you.
Yeah. I want to try this. I don't.
Yep.
I might be reading it wrong.
Oh,
but
I
I
like when
really
things get read
want-
wrong. What are you doing?
So, on the spell, the transmutation spell,
Yeah.
enlarge or reduce.
Yep.
I want to use that to reduce.
This thing. Okay. Yep.
Yes.
Give me the hit that spell. Let's see exactly how it's worded so we can manipulate it and make this cool thing happen.
Okay.
Oh, it didn't come up. Okay. Yeah, that's all I needed. DC 14 con save. Oh, con save. Yes, that's probably not going to be a problem. Yeah, not a problem. You cast this. Man, you're just. That face is absolutely Corfell's face too right now, I'm sure, because every time you try to do something, it's like, made to save. Made to save. You try and shrink it. You see it start to shrivel down, and it's like your spell just melts on the heat. But at least you don't take any damage because you're not adjacent to it.
All right.
Scratch off a spell slot and swear all you like.
I would like to go stealth again, though.
You try and hide. Give me a stealth roll.
Okay.
Oops, what am I
I feel your pain, bro.
doing? Harsh knife gets to
Ouch.
there.
What? Guys, I'm gonna go back to the hospital. Something's wrong.
All right, on the other side of the wall, Harsh Knight continues to
Oh.
pound towards the wall. Yeah,
Oh crap!
we're just doing
I,
one round. Yeah,
I know. I just realized that 7 the 9 points that I lost.
yes.
I didn't lose those points.
Why for not? You're immune to heat. or what?
Evasion.
Oh, evasion. Yes. Okay.
Evasion allows it so that if a dexterity would make me
It saves, then you
dexterity
don't
saving
take
throw.
any damage. Right. Yeah, that's it.
Yes.
So, yeah. So you only take the 13 that round. You don't take the 9 from the actual
Yeah.
being crushed. Yeah. But yeah, you can't evade
So
heat.
same with
so-
Corfell. If Corfell is a rogue of at least 3.
Nope.
No?
No, you're not a. Are you
Seven.
level 3 rogue?
I am a rogue.
Oh, are you? Okay. I thought you
I'm
were,
a,
but I thought you were
I'm
more.
I'm a rogue 3 source Sork 1. Or
Okay, I
not
thought
one,
I
four.
thought it was the other way around.
Math.
But yeah, never mind.
No.
Yeah, so
Evasion 7. Sorry.
yeah,
about that.
okay. So yeah, you don't take that first 9 points either. So give yourself back 9 points.
Oh.
Look at the
Okay.
rules helping
I'm
you
not
guys.
as hurting.
Yeah.
Evasion 7. Sorry, my bad.
So Harshnag is pounding towards this ice wall to the south. Bigford, you're hiding under the robes of the All-Father. Safe place to be. Are you staying there?
You looking for tentacles?
Yeah. Yeah, quick glance up to see if there's tentacles. While still stealth, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, trying to use the statue of Surtur as kind of a block between me and where the cracks and crashing is.
Yeah,
And
okay. So
pull out
where you
my
said it,
bow.
yeah. And
And I
pull
pull
out your
out
bow. Okay, absolutely. Idicus and Beowulf, you are kind of a piece right now. Beowulf, what are you attempting to do with Idicus? You have got his cloak in your teeth.
Idicus is Beowulf is gonna try to pull Idicus towards where everybody else is going.
Yeah. Idicus. The big shiny portal in front of you. You kind of look to the south. It's an icy wall. It's sparkly
Shiny.
at least.
It's glowing.
It is glowing. There is a reddy glow on the other side of it. So
He really wants that portal.
absolutely. Then you keep trying to go to the portal. What is you try and break away?
Yeah.
Well, let's do this as a grapple. Beowulf, I need as a athletics, and Idicus, I need acrobatics.
Boy.
Wow. Oh, it was so
Oh!
so close. Beowulf, you feel Idicus move. You're like, no, and you twist. You do that thing where you take up all the material in the back of the robe, and they can't get out. Except they're not built like that. They're a robot, so they just dislocate both shoulders, step out, and then click, the shoulders just come back in. And Iticus is just walking away. You still have a movement, so you can catch up to them.
Naked and free.
But yes, heading for the wall. Iticus is heading for the big sparkly. Beowulf, you still have a movement left. Yeah.
Yeah, but Eddie Kiss only moves 30, right?
Yeah.
Beowulf moves 40.
Yeah. So you can get past them.
So
You can get past them. I mean, don't worry about the distances there. I moved them too far, but just move yourself relative to Iticus. You can go a little, like a tiny bit past.
he's gonna go like right here
Okay. And try and block.
to block,
Okay.
and you basically just growl out. Actually, no. Let's retcon that just a tad bit. He's not gonna growl.
Okay.
He has a little bit of wisdom in him.
Okay.
He's actually gonna like use his claws to say creature trouble.
Okay. I like that.
Trying to say like creatures in trouble, but he just wrote creature trouble, and hopefully that Idicus will understand that.
Gotcha. Creature. Yeah, I want to see how this plays out. Yes.
Iticus can't read.
Oh my god.
Perfect.
Oh my god.
On the other side of the wall, the Remores. Yes. Creature, you're right there. It reaches down and attempts to bite you. 21
Yeah, that hits.
for 51 piercing damage.
Holy. holy
14
Can I-
fire damage.
Can I make a acrobatics save to try to make to take only 3/4 of this?
um No, but I have a plan. At the moment, take 65
just-
damage. Does that put you
Okay,
unconscious?
Yeah, that puts me unconscious.
Absolutely. Okay.
What is with you and getting punked by ice monsters? Dude.
I don't know.
But for the moment, you are inside. Don't worry. I have a
But
plan.
I'm inside the thing?
Yeah, oh no, sorry. You're inside its mouth. It's grappled, and you automatically fail any grapple checks because you're unconscious. But the bite
Okay.
grapples. So it's actually Corfel, you see it doing that crocodile thing where it starts to flip him around to get him in the right position to swallow him.
Oh dear.
You're up. Creature, give me a death save.
Okay. Can we just pretend for just 1 second that creature is actually the brakes?
The brakes? I don't know what you mean. You made the death save. You're fine.
Yeah. No, more just there's a parasite that lives inside creature.
Oh
Him
yes.
being
Okay.
conscious is brakes. Why do
Yeah.
you think he's never gone to sleep?
Okay. Ish.
Oh, I'm just gonna
yes.
let you do that. I'm just gonna
Yeah,
let you do
that
whatever
actually
you want
works
with
with
that.
my
I'm
plan.
just-
So yes, it does. Yeah, you are unconscious, but your exactly your creature is not. And in fact, on your turn, and so yes, you make the death save. So while you're busy fighting for your physical life, you kind of see this conversation, for lack of a better phrase, happening inside of you. Your parasite, your partner, however you want to call it,
Yeah, we're mind buddies.
it starts to come free, and in all of its grand and great and evil intent, it starts to come loose. And you are helpless to follow it, to stop it.
You know,
But
just
someone-
don't kill the other people. I trust you.
And as it starts to pull, you watch it start to disconnect from your spine. It's going to go find someone else. You're done.
I will kill both of us.
It's willing to try. You see it reach out of you for the Remores as its new target. And
You will burn up very quickly.
a huge voice vibrates in you and in the parasite, and it freezes it. And the voice says, Not here. Nevermora stops. Spits you out. The creature that is connected to you knows a moment of fear. This is the Allfather. This is the thing you were instrumental in killing. And now it's a god. You might be powerful, but this is a god. You will make this up to me. And a huge hand reaches down and starts to crush that parasite back into your spine.
In a brief moment of even like half a millisecond of consciousness, creature, the Alan Pryor part of him,
Yep.
will instinctively go to protect the parasite Zulfis
Okay.
from the giant hand.
As you go to do so, you realize in that you have that microsecond. You can either continue to try and save yourself, or you can try and save the parasite. If you protect it from the giant hand, you will auto-fail your next death save.
We agreed that we'd work together. And honestly, if I go out, I get to see Liliana again. I don't really see a downside. You get a body, I get my death.
That
So let's try to save you.
That tiny little spark of moment fades as you give up your hold on your physical being and impose it between the hand and that parasite. And in a moment that hand stops, it says, "You don't understand. I'm giving you a chance."
Dark God living inside me. I've had my chances. I lived my life. It's his life now.
And the hand of a god starts to close around you. You can continue to resist. But I want an insight check from you as you insight check a god. I love this game.
Sounds about
16.
Mark.
16, creature. You have a moment of clarity. And what you see is that the god is not trying to kill that creature, and it's not trying to kill you. It is trying to make you more one with it than you have ever been. It will give you the chance to control it even more than you do now. It will not be the 24/7 fight it is now to keep it from getting out of control.
What do you say, partner?
I hate it.
Well, you failed last time. Maybe you need a little hand.
Step out of the way. You automatically make your next death saves. Now you're 2 successes and 1 failure. And as you step out from between those gigantic fingers of light, they squeeze and you feel your own spine being compressed and crushed. As this thing is crushed into you, and it isn't just sitting here on your spine anymore. It diffuses through your entire skeletal system. You're more in control than you've ever been. But there's powers as yet untapped here that you don't know about. Meanwhile, Corfell. Creature is dead in this thing's mouth. It spits him onto the floor and turns towards you. You're pinned against the wall.
Mhm.
Pull yourself out of the ice. And what love that face. I played this
I have a
game
question.
for that face.
So
Yeah.
I'm in the ice, correct?
If you want to be, yes. I said you stepped out, but if you want to still be crushed into the ice, then you are still crushed
Not
into the ice.
necessarily. Like I want to be within range of it. Okay,
Yep, you are.
so
Yes.
I want to cast. This is my idea.
Yeah.
I want to cast absorb elements
From
on the ice.
on
Like
the
so,
ice
like
that you are attached to.
that. Right. So, because technically, if I was slammed into the wall,
Yep.
it's a melee
yeah.
damage.
Yep.
So I want to absorb that elements,
Yep.
and then I want to attack
Absolutely.
with my daggers.
I love this. You are in the ice and you just start to draw, just pull from your sorcerer self. You just draw the energy out of this ice and you can feel the cold coming out of the wall into your body. And at first it's painful, but then you go numb. You know this is going to hurt after. But this is nothing. You start to channel it. The rest of you that are seeing this, watch the ice go crystalline. I don't know if you've ever seen ice at -50. It's not the same. It doesn't work the same. It gets really sticky and really brittle and really like impossible to see through. And you just draw, and this circle just starts around you and spreads. You draw all of that cold energy into yourself. You reach down and draw. You got 2 daggers?
I have 2 daggers.
You reach down and draw the both of them, and you don't even have to physically make the attack. You just start to lean forward, and the ice energy bursts out of these 2 daggers and races across and hits this fire-based creature, doing massive amounts of damage and ripping scales off and blowing part of this sort of cowling off behind its head. It does a huge amount of damage. And as you sort of feel that drain from you, it's not your normal thing. I forget what you rolled. I don't care. You stumble away from that wall and you kind of like, it's pulling yourself off of Velcro. It would hurt, except you're frozen numb. You probably left skin on that wall. But then you hear, and you can't help but look. That wall is starting to shatter behind you and fall towards you. You're
Well, I just mumbled
exhausted.
to myself. That's
You're
one thing
thrashed.
then.
And you look up and give me a dex save. The wall's coming down.
It's a natural one.
5. That's not good.
No, it was a
You,
natural 1.
Yeah, you just sort of, you don't react. You just sort of duck. Like you're exhausted. Would make sense, right? Because like you sort of fell out of the wall. This is something you've never done before. It's just all this crushing pain, and all of a sudden that frostbite burn as it starts to melt starts to come on, and you can feel your whole body just in agony. You don't even hardly notice as the wall just smashes and pins you to the ground. You're gonna take 9 points of damage. Not so bad. It's mostly dust by the time it hits you. Just through that dust, that wall disappears now. Let me get this out of here. The whole section of wall collapses. And Harshnag comes through on the fly. His skull white dragon helmet sticking out in front of him, the teeth sparkling in the light of this room as he comes forward with his axe in both hands and swings down with everything he's worth, smashing into this creature and then just skidding across the floor with it, doing even more damage. Bickford, you see this from a distance. You're you're several hundred feet away. What would you like to do? To be fair, at this point, it looks like Harshnag's got this.
Yeah. But at the same time, actually, I'm gonna roll myself a perception check to see if I can see creature on the ground because there's a lot
Yep.
going on.
Yeah, there is, and there's a big pile of ice. 19, yeah.
Definitely see him.
You watch as the wall collapses, and you see Corfell's staff and creature's legs sticking up out of the ice. The Remoras pulls back from underneath all of that, shakes its head just in time to get hammered by Harshnag.
Yeah. Bickford owes creature a lot,
Yeah,
so he's gonna break stealth and take off and try to
start heading towards him. Absolutely.
as best he can.
Idicus, that whole wall just fell down. The portal is still shiny, though. You're getting close. You're muted.
He's going to look over.
Yeah,
Let me actually roll this.
sure. Whether he figures out what's going on over there?
Yeah.
Ooh, 13.
Yeah, he's too little. He can't see anything.
No, there's too much ice in the way and ice dust in the air, and yeah, Harshnag's got this, and yeah.
And he's gonna keep going for the portal.
For the purposes of this, I know we're nowhere near it on the map, but you're going to get to the portal this time. And as you come running up, it's like a wall of mist. And then this big arch with all these shiny letters on it in Mithril, which you would know as a goblin. I mean, one of the very few things you know is like, oh, expensive shiny metal. But how do you react to that scenario as you run up? What do you do?
Shiny.
And you go for what? The mist or the
Through.
ruins?
Through it.
You go through it. Okay. You step through the mist and face first into a brick wall. Beowulf, you see the back of Idicus's head and their feet as they walk, and then thunk. And maybe the feet go a couple more times before they stop.
He's gonna growl and bark at Idicus to see if he can get Idicus's attention
Yep.
away from the porthole.
Yeah.
Kind of telling Idicus that it's bad. Don't go that way.
Okay. Let's go back to creature. I need a death save. 2 to the good and 1 to the bad.
Ooh.
2 of each. Corfell is not here, so I'm going to say that they spend this round
Here, I'm just
shocked
shooting
and
the
buried.
dice.
It's okay. You're buried under the ice anyway. So,
Sounds good.
yeah, give us a athletics when you got a second to see if you dig your way out. I haven't seen the result yet, but anyway, 14. Okay,
Whoa.
yeah, you sort of get out to sort of here, and it's almost like snow now. It's so fine, but yeah, you start to shove your way out of the snow almost free. Harshnag and the Remora are now in mortal combat. They just start to slam away further into this room. Harshnag picks it up and slams it down on the table and just starts dropping elbows. It starts spewing fire and everything out of all of its orifices as it's trying to fight him back. But the two of them, it looks like Harshnag's pretty much got this covered. Beowulf. No, Bickford. You come skidding to a stop next to Creature's half-buried form in the ice. He's not shivering. You don't know if that's bad or not. That's bad for normal people, but Creature's a lot of things, and normal is not one of them. So you're not quite sure what this means.
Bickford's not even sure if he's seen creature breathe.
Yeah, but right now, something about Creature's complete, like, boneless chicken ranch impression is worrying. What do you
Yeah.
do?
He's gonna skid to a stop. He's like doesn't know what to do. Everything he owns is preserved. It's like I don't have anything fresh.
When we think about Dompiers, we remember the song BLOOD, blood.
That's actually the next thing that pops into his head. He's going to pull out a dagger, cut his hand,
Okay.
like squeeze about 1.5 feet over Creature's face. Actually, middle of his chest.
Give me a medicine check.
This better fucking work.
7. Yeah. You kind of you squeeze and it squirts.
Ow.
Like it doesn't do that
Ow.
nice pretty drop like you were expecting. You squeeze and it kind of goes and a little bit goes on his belly. Yeah. Oh, and you move it and then and it goes on his leg and you kind of move it again. The third time a little drop hits his chest and you see one of the tongues come out. It's gray and it looks like a root. But as soon as it touches the blood, and about this much of it goes red for about a second and then starts to fade again. You've stabilized him, so now he no longer has to make death saves.
Excuse me.
There's nothing really else he can do. He's just gonna try and I guess pull Snow away and try and get more of his body,
Get him dug out, absolutely.
because I don't know if he's a warm body, but a cold body.
It's either way. Being buried in the ice is probably not good. Beowulf, you've got Idicus trying to with their nose up against a brick wall in a wall of mist. Down to the south, all kinds of crap is happening.
He's gonna realize that Creature is down finally.
Yes.
Gonna turn around. Gonna bark at Idicus like he's trying to get Idicus to follow.
Yeah.
And then head straight for Creature because he's got stuff he can use to save.
Yes. Okay. So you bark at Idicus and then you turn around and head for Creature?
Yep.
Perfect. Idicus, you hear bork, bork, bork behind you. You turn around and everybody's heading towards the big broken wall. Is there more chance or less chance that you see Creature now with all those people down there? There's certainly a fuss going on, but
Idicus will follow because everyone's over there.
okay. So you come out of the mist and start heading back. As you do, Idicus, give me a wisdom save. Because I know Idicus is... There's no way there's a dump stat that's wisdom. Who would do that? A 3 and a 6.
Well,
Even
he did.
with advantage, you didn't get this. As you turn around and step out of the mist, the statue of the Allfather in front of you, you see that blank face again? And you watch the chest open up. And the biggest version of Creature's wigglies you've ever seen come out. And back inside the chest closes. And that perfectly featureless face does that thing that Creature does that lets you know they're smiling.
He's gonna be like, Freds, Freds. He's gonna just start school. Started screaming.
Corfell, you dig yourself out of the snow.
Mhm.
Creature's being helped but is still unconscious.
Okay.
Beowulf is rushing towards you across the open space, and
Mhm.
Idicus in the far distance is pointing at the giant statue in the middle of the room and screaming at the top of their lungs.
So
and a giant's fighting a Remoraz on the table behind you. I almost forgot.
Yeah,
Right.
almost forgot.
So, I'm gonna lend Harshnag a hand, and I'm
Absolutely.
gonna use Ice Knife on the doodad.
Okay, go ahead and roll to hit for me. I think that's a to hit one, isn't it? Or is it a save?
Did I do that right?
There you go. Total damage. 11 damage. Let's just, I mean, Harshnag's got him pinned down. We'll just give you the 11 damage. Yeah.
Oh,
You
okay.
can,
I was like, I just hit the cast button and it rolled a bunch of dice. So,
Yeah, it's all good. I'm gonna go fix your.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fix your sheet before next week because I don't like the way it's presenting. But
The
I'm
deck
gonna make a
save
note.
is saved for half.
Yeah, I don't care. This stopped being about hit dice several rounds ago.
I just wanted to lend him a hand.
Absolutely. And as such, I mean, do you want to? That's an actual spell, right? Ice knife, or is that another cantrip? Okay.
Yeah, it's a spell.
So yeah, counter off that spell slot, and then after that, if you want to just keep firing away at cantrips and assume that you're just going to sort of help him as he continues to fight.
Yeah,
that works for
yeah,
me too.
That
Absolutely.
works.
So yeah, your ice knife slams into this creature. You see it doing extra damage because it's ice against its fiery form. You see now Harshnag has climbed up on the table on top of it, and it's almost like he's physically grappling and he's wrapping himself around it, and he's chanting in that language again, that ancient giant-ish language. And he's starting to build a crust of ice around himself and the Remores. As that ice touches the creature, you see it start to turn to steam, and Harshnag just ups the volume, and the ice starts to creep over. And as it does, the Remora starts to slow and fight less and less and get cooler and cooler. You can see the red spikes along its back lose that glow, and they start to fade. Harshnag definitely winning, but in so doing, he's wrapping himself in ice. People in the room that are conscious. Actually, creature, give me a death save. You can't, if you fail, nothing happens because you're stable. But if you succeed, I'm going to give you the wake up with 1 hit point thing.
Ooh.
Because
No.
rules are for jumps. You didn't do it anyway. So yeah, another round. You're still fighting for your life. So Corfell, Beowulf, I'm going to have you close enough by this point, and I think that's it.
Me?
No,
'Cause I'm on-
Bigford, you too. You're right there too. So the three of you, I need perception checks, please.
Hold on.
Yeah. Once the snuggles is done, I see you have a tiny void.
Put you down now.
I don't know. That'll.
You didn't see nothing, but Bigford, that makes sense. Bigford at the very far end of this room, past the fire pit, at that last table, you see leaning against it an absolutely massive weapon. It is. I want to make it sure I got this right. It is a huge steel great axe, sized for a giant. It's just leaning against one of these picnic tables like the most natural thing in the world. It would fit. If you remember in the main room, there's one without a weapon.
That's what I was thinking.
You're doing some brain math as you see this. It probably weighs over 700 pounds. And if you're going to get it in the hands of that statue out there, you got to get it 50 feet up in the air.
Yeah. The first thing Bickford can almost do by himself.
Yep.
By virtue of being a bugbear.
Yep.
But the second thing, we're going to need Harshnag for that.
As you look over, you see him wrapping in this cocoon of ice, taking the Remores with him.
What can I do?
Look at my face. I'm so happy.
Yeah, no, Bickford's going to take his bloody hand and shove it in Creature's chest.
Yep.
Knowing that he's probably going to get chomped. And just yells to Harshnag. Oh, fuck. I don't know what he's going to say.
We'll give you a second to think about it. Idicus. You told everybody. You made it perfectly clear. And nobody even blinked.
He probably at some point in the screaming started to run over to the group
Yeah.
just still screaming.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Tearing across the room screaming. Okay.
So
Beowulf, you have arrived at the group now. Creature is looks like he's stable at least.
As a bonus action, he turns back to human.
Okay. Finally.
That's why the
Yeah.
ears go.
They do.
And he's going to cast a level 2 cure wounds on creature.
12 points of healing. Pour into creature. And for the purposes of this, it works. I saw that face. I saw
Yeah.
that face, Scarred.
No, this is just the concept of. So, isn't it undead necrotic? Well, you know, it doesn't
It
matter.
used to be. It isn't anymore. It used to
Oh,
be.
okay, that's good.
Yeah. Besides, you're UA, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We make it up on the fly.
Yep.
But yes, you come back. You get 12 hit points back. So you are now conscious and you sit up. Ugh. The Harshnag cocoon finishes. You hear the last as the Remora's shell cracks under the ice. You look through that ice and you can see Harshnag's twisted face, just raging, eyes wide open, frozen in this supernatural ice.
Creature is a doctor.
You're not getting in there anytime soon.
Oh no, I'm not asking
Yeah.
to. Creature recognizes dead.
He's not dead. But you also
That's what I was
recognize
asking.
this. Suspended. Literally frozen in time. This ice is magical. And it's frozen the two of them in this time and place. Super temporal ice.
We're not getting in.
What can we do then?
Bigford sort of points. You know, the higher someone points, you know, the farther away it is.
You guys all look down the room and you see this huge steel axe. And remember the one giant in the room behind. Well, actually, no, Creature and Corfell have never seen that room. But the other two remember the huge giant in the other room that does not have its weapon. At this point, no matter how distracted you are, all of you, Idicus crashes into the circle of you, screaming at the top of their lungs. What do they hear, Idicus?
Someone give the baby sugar.
Bigford,
tried.
Bigford
I
says in
think-
Goblin,
I
it's
think-
like, use your words.
Beowulf? Yeah, I saw you trying to say something.
I honestly think that maybe Idicus just ran into the wall and decided to go a little bit
Yeah,
bonkers for a little bit.
yeah. You didn't know Warforged could get concussions? Not a problem. It's okay. Yeah, Corfell. The little metal dude is screaming and going woobly 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 with their fingers.
So Corfell's at this point accepted that he's surrounded by
Yeah,
very interesting individuals.
Yeah,
And
You're
I
not
said
even
it was
rolling
not
the
going to
room.
work very well.
you're not even you're past the rolling the eyes stage now. It's like, okay, yeah, whatever. Yeah.
I told you that scene from The Lion King where Scar is like, I'm surrounded by idiots. That is Corfell. So, so he's just like staring down at her, and then he's looking back up because he was assisting, Harshnag
Yeah.
with this other
Yeah.
being, and as far as he's concerned, he's got more important matters to deal with than the baby crying.
Okay, so you just basically ignore it. Creature, you're awake now. Beowulf just brought you back.
Creature kind of sits up and is about to move and just stops, looks down his chest,
Yeah, and Idicus is going.
removes the arm that is currently still in him,
Yeah.
and Creature just kind of puts out his hand to Idicus and goes,
Show me what you mean.
And I think because he would speak Goblin better than Common, in Goblin he would be saying everything. And he doesn't like you.
Creature, do you speak
Bigfoot.
Goblin? Because Bigford
Not
does,
even
I know.
slightly.
No, so okay, so yeah, you're just getting gibberish. Bigford, you get it. You hear the bits and pieces.
Wait, so the giant statue of creature has a little creature inside it?
I don't know. It open and then and then it close.
Looks to creature. How many of you are there?
One.
Are you sure?
I don't know.
Look at that dude.
And this thing, he opens his chest and looks in and realizes it's not there. And then he just kind of starts feeling around in his body and just realizes it's not there. That the Zulthus,
It's everywhere.
it's everywhere. And it's not, it's quiet.
It's not this.
Normally you
anymore.
would talk with him.
It's
Now
this.
it's just,
It's like hemispheres of a brain now instead of two individuals.
We aren't we anymore.
Well,
There's only one me now.
Man,
That thing that was we.
there's
that
another
made
one there.
me we has been around longer than I've been. Longer than some gods, if I understand correctly. There's only ever been one me. This thing's been around for centuries upon centuries, upon millennia, and upon centuries.
Well, then maybe it's time for a family reunion. Hey, Atticus, show us what you're talking about.
Okay.
You,
And
yeah,
yeah, he'll take both hands.
you've
And
got
just
both
lead
of
them
their
over.
hands. The other two, Beowulf and Corfell, are you following back into the main room, or are you going to get the axe, or
I'm-
what are we doing?
I mean, I was helping Harshnag, so I'm
Yeah.
helping Harshnag.
Well, Harshnag's done. He's
He's done.
frozen in time and space on the table.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I missed that
the,
part.
The ice
Okay.
cocoon has wrapped him and the Remores, and you have determined it's magical ice. It has literally frozen the two of them in time. You cannot get in, not with the current magical levels you've got. It will take a wish level spell to break this. Kind of
Okay.
a harsh night. thing.
In that case, I'm gonna follow after them at a distance. I would love to help with the hammer, but I don't have that kind of strength.
No, absolutely not.
As
So you
a
take one
speedy
look,
boy.
it's like, yeah, I can't carry that. Beowulf? You
Thank you.
might be
by
able
the
to
way.
drag it. Or would you like to move with the rest of them back into the big room?
He's actually going to look around
Mm-hmm.
and see if there's anything he can use to help, or if there's any, basically help get the Ramirez or anything else in the area.
Well, you can't
Other
get
than
at
that
it
nipple
because
axe.
it and Harshnag are wrapped in this cocoon of magical ice.
Yeah.
So
He's
there's
gonna
nothing you can do to
understand
get
that
into that. So yeah,
Upon closer
Yep.
looking.
absolutely.
I'm just saying because his focus was on creature until just recently.
Yes, absolutely. I
So
get you.
now
Creature-
he's probably gonna come over here for the moment and basically just look around and see what he can find out.
Okay.
And also as he's walking, look and see if there's anything that could possibly help with the weapon in the back or
As you
with anything else in general.
as you sort of start heading in that direction, walking past Harshnag and the Remores, you see at the far end of the room the axe leaning against the table. But you also see that fire pit in the middle of the room, and you watch it go out. It's like a magical fire going out. You realize the Remores inside that was powering it. And the further you walk into the room, that heat fades and it starts to get cold in here, and everything starts to get covered in a very fine, slick sheen of ice. You may be able to pull this axe by yourself, as long as you can get some traction.
which is quite possible. So he's gonna start heading towards the axe.
So you head down there and start to grab that axe. Back in the main room. I just wanted to know who was going to be where when this went down. As the four of you step around so you can see that face again, this 200-foot tall statue, the head turns with the sound of grinding stone. The chest opens again, and the tendrils that you know so well, creature, come out. But you realize it's a statue. It is an image of a thing that was. It is not that thing. It is animated. But at some point, what was in you was in the physical form that became the All-Father.
I was a god.
And again, it's not a voice. It's that normally you would expect a response. This time it's just an image of a huge giant of a giant sitting on a throne made of ice and fire and lightning and all the other elements, with a scepter as tall as a mountain, laughing at the sheer joy of the power they expressed. And when they laugh, in the back of the throat you can see Beowulf. You get to the axe. It's on the table, leaning against the table. Next to it, 2 potion bottles. Giant size. So they're, that big each. One pale blue and swirly. The other one looks like it has a thumb floating in alcohol. But like I said, the container's this big. There's only this much of the thumb in it. It's a giant's thumb.
Would I be able to make a check with my Arcana to see
Absolutely.
if it's magical?
You betcha you can. Give me an Arcana check.
I already think I know what it is. Or at least one of
11.
them.
You know the blue shiny one, or the blue swirly one, is a
Mhm.
potion of invisibility. But if you're right, there's dozens of human-sized doses in this container. Maybe as many as 20. Essentially, I mean, if you can carry it, essentially this is 20 invisibility potions. The other one you don't know.
That's the one I think I know what it is. But Bigford wouldn't fucking know.
Or Fel probably would.
Iticus wouldn't.
Beowulf.
He looks between the potions
Yeah.
and the axe, and then back to the potions.
That potion smells like that axe.
Do what now?
That potion smells like that axe.
The big one or the blue one or the
No,
green
the
one?
one with the toe.
That's what I
Oh.
mean. That
Yeah.
one?
Yep. It smells like the axe does. It smells like Frost Giant.
He's gonna take a sip.
You have to, like this, take this cork that's this big, put it on the table. The smell, there's a bar in Alaska that they actually have a toe, and you put it in your drink, and you have a drink, and you can't officially say you've done it unless the toe touched your lips while you had the shot. This is kind of like that, but much bigger. As you tip it back, you can see the bone of the toe is this big around, and it's been soaking in this alcohol, and it is definitely alcohol. You tilt it towards you, say, "Woohoo! Smells like Grandpa's still in here," and you have a drink, and the vial starts to shrink, And you kind of have to, whoop, 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 and it keeps getting smaller, and pretty soon it's in one hand, and pretty soon it's between two fingers. And you stand up, and your head bangs against the ceiling.
Ow.
I thought cakes were supposed to make you grow.
And you look down, and the
I
axe
thought it was pills.
is leaning against the table at waist height. You hold your hands out and look. They're covered in blue skin. You're cold to the touch. You look at the rapidly forming ice on the walls and see a reflection of Beowulf as a frost giant. You are 18 feet tall, covered in an armor made of ice. You look down at the axe, and it's exactly the right size. What do you do?
He's gonna pick up the axe. He doesn't think he's gonna have any effect over here with these two,
Yeah.
but he's,
As you walk by, you can tell that's
Yeah,
a
they're
whole
still
different
doing-
magic. Yeah.
Before Beowulf does anything,
Yes.
can I like see if there's like an entity or like something that I can communicate with in the statue?
Absolutely, yes. You can absolutely do that. Beowulf, you turn and stride towards the main room again. Corfell, give me a history check. I said your people were connected with this death. Give me a history check. And roll well. I want you to know.
there we go.
There it is.
I got a natural
A
20.
natural 20 and a -1. Yeah. It was more literal than giant strength. Yes. Corfell, you hear it's a fairy tale that they tell baby moon elves about don't go out at night because the frost giant because the All-Father will get you. Because the All-Father's been, and the word they kept using was polluted.
Sounds suspicious.
So you look up and see this. You've seen it in Creature. You've seen Creature refer to themselves as they, and not in a singular use of they, but as in there's two of them.
Mm.
You can draw what conclusions you will from that. You were also told that your people and the thing that rides in Creature were instrumental in the death of the All-Father. So this appears to be part of that.
Okay. I'm gonna hang on to that information and kind
Sure.
of just hang back. But I'm like super suspicious now and definitely
Yeah.
on guard.
Bigford, we're going to do a quick round here on the way out the door here. Bigford, what is your thoughts at this moment? Or actually, no, hang on. There's one more one more image I want to project, because Beowulf, you're just walking back to the main room, right?
Right. I would figure he wouldn't take too long to get there since
No,
he's giant
Not
size
at
now.
all. The rest of you hear like harshnag's coming from the other room. You're like, well, wait, he's frozen. You turn and look, and an 18-foot tall version of Beowulf in shades of blue and white steps through the shattered ice wall with a huge axe in one hand. That's where we're going to drop the official curtain. But I want to now go around the circle and see I want to paint this picture real quick. This giant statue with the writhing granite things is telling you that Creature's parasite was in the All-Father. A giant, somehow Beowulf has turned into a giant in the next room and brought back that huge axe. The portal's still in this corner. Harshnag's gone. Ramores is dead. You don't know what you're doing here. Bickford, where's your head at?
Bickford's really wishing he took that necromancer job in the East Fens. This is totally outside of his anything, like entire frame of reference. His connection to the Shadowwood is feeling really tenuous and feeling like it wasn't so much the shadow in the wood as it was this parasite leading them along. And it's not that he's suspicious of Creature, he's more suspicious of Creature's intentions and how that's going to play out. If we're supposed to be fixing the ordning and Creature was responsible for breaking it, well, what does that mean for...
No, Creature was the thing that was in Creature is responsible for the death of the being that became the All-Father. You don't know who broke the ordning yet.
That kind of one and the same. You break the leader, you break his rules.
So okay, that's your theory. I got you. Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, he's right now the only thing he's certain is that he's a bugbear, Idicus is a goblin, their family. If worse comes to worse, he's going to take family and run.
Fair enough. I like that thought. Yeah, but reduced to a simple thought. If this goes pear-shaped, I grab the little one and we're out. I love it. Corfell. These people are nuts. And now one of them's a giant, and one of them's got the thing, and yeah, the other, and yeah.
Yeah, Corfell's just wishing.
You just had a wall fall on you. You just did a thing with ice you've never done before.
Which hurt like a bitch. Yeah.
Yeah, it did.
Corfell's had a rough time. Literally a rough go of it. He's been kidnapped. He's been buried alive. He's dealt with vampires. Everything else.
Still standing. Still weird.
Are
you one of them yet? I guess that's the question I want to really ask.
So I feel like Corfell is kind of at this point where he's old, right? Like, you know, by human standards anyway. And he is a moon elf, which are notorious to be adventurers. And it's kind of like this is his story and he's reading his own story and he can't leave in the middle of the book. So now he has to know what happens. He has to know he's invested.
It's not the book you thought it was going to be, but it's yeah, you got to read to the end.
Yeah.
Perfect. I love it. Beowulf, you're a giant. A whole bunch of stuff happened today, but I'm thinking you're a giant probably trumps most of that. So where's Beowulf's head at the moment as you step back into this temple?
About 18 feet up.
With the magical weapon.
Sorry, Kitty.
Thank you very much. Yes,
that was a good one.
Okay, so he's gonna have walked back into the room with the axe.
Yep.
His final thoughts are, I'm looking around the room and I'm seeing one of these lovely creatures is not holding a weapon. I'm assuming it goes there, but then there's also spots along the wall with words I cannot comprehend. Do I put it in the slot or do I put it in the hand of the giant that it belongs to?
So you realize you still have not solved this challenge by any stretch of the imagination. The portal is not open, and Harshnag is no longer here to help you. Idicus. All this stuff happened. Did it make any dent in Idicus's sort of thought processes?
Other than the
creature almost died. You would know that. Again. The big giant's frozen in the thing in the other room and isn't coming back. You would at least know that much, I think.
Yeah.
The portal didn't work, but it's still sparkly.
He's looking up at this thing that Idicus honestly believes is his friend. Because that's the only, explanation he has.
Does that mean Idicus thinks that Creature is the All-Father?
No.
No,
not
okay.
exactly.
No,
He's just very confused.
okay.
Like, why is his friend a giant statue, but his friend is right here?
Yeah,
And he's going to reach back and touch the back of his head,
yeah. So many thinks.
letting go of Bigford's hand and still
Yeah.
and like honestly holding for dear life onto Creatures.
Okay.
Bickford checks that. He sees that.
Yeah. Creature, I saved you for last on purpose.
Yep.
You are not what you once were. You were not what you were 5 minutes ago. If there was ever a chance of getting free of that thing, it's not looking good. On the other side, it's not a 24/7 fight anymore to stay in control.
No.
Creature takes Iticus, kind of picks Iticus up, hands Iticus to Bigford very briefly, and just walks over to the statue. And at this moment, he's realized what's happened, what his life has become, what everything is. And he is this mixture of, he's angry, but he's not angry. I'm not angry. I'm devastated. And I walk up to the statue. I go up the statue as much as I'm permitted to, up all the way up to the point I get to the face. I just put my hand on that smooth face.
You took me from her. You took me from death. You took me from the woman I love. You took everything I was. And now all I'm left with is this. All I'm left with is what I am. The people I loved, the people I knew. They've been gone for so long. The people I'm with, they're family. But you should have let me stay dead. You took me. You took me away from this.
Creature takes his hand off and slams a fist into the center mass of the statue, leaving an imprint.
Just a
behind.
crack. Yeah. And all you get in response is a hollow laugh.
Right in one of the nostrils.
I'll take what's mine, and I'll keep what's mine safe. You will take nothing from me again. For I am your creature, your God made flesh. Blood for the blood god that once was your creature. Death awaits those who hurt my family.
And you make for all the world a vow. And that, boy, I'm so glad that you have a teddy bear right now. Look at Thank you so much for joining us this evening, all of you. Wolfsbane, oh, man, I cannot believe. I told you I was shocked when you got here. I hope we distracted you and had a little bit of fun for you for a couple of hours at least.
Yeah, for sure. I appreciate it too.
And with that, I can see that face starting to collapse, man. Go and get some rest. We will see you in a week. Thank you so much. The level of commitment that show just makes my heart ache. So thank you so much for coming and playing with us tonight. Bison, I'm I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna make Bickford care. I'm going to make Bickford give a shit about something other than Idicus. It's my life's goal. Thank you so much for bringing this don't give a damn character to this game. Wonderful, joyous fun. Thank you. Oh, and oh man, Solar Dasher. I have put Beowulf through the ringer. I have just beat Beowulf with sticks, and I'm just not going to stop. And now you're a giant, and all the power for this next couple steps is in your hands, but the only person that can give you instructions is frozen in time. So I'm looking forward to next week. I love making you sweat because it shows. And then when you make that discovery, that moment when you figure out what to do, the look on your face just makes my week. It's just like, oh, I got you. And it's like, yes, bring it, break my game. I love it. Thank you so, so much. Oh, Sarah, Idicus. Oh, I've been doing this for literally decades, and I have never had a PC that I loved more than I love Idicus. It's so amazing. I am in awe of this character. Absolutely amazed. So simple yet so complex. Everybody loves them. They're never gonna die because nobody will allow it to happen, and I haven't got the heart. So, but thank you so, so much for showing that even in a game this dark, there is a place for that eternal spark. We haven't come close to cracking Idicus yet. We've kind of, we shook him a little bit, but it's shaken but not stirred. Idicus is just oblivious to anything that's big enough to damage them, and it's just wonderful, and I'm so looking forward to see how long you can maintain this innocence bubble as we head further into this craziness. So thank you so much for Idicus. I'm loving it. And Scarred. Oh, I keep throwing you under the bus. I just keep throwing you under the bus. Here, let's do. Here's a new part of your backstory. Here's a new part of your front story. Thank you for going with it. You have just become a key component to this storyline. It wasn't really gonna. Every one of you is, and I already knew how 4 of them were gonna be. I know what Corfell's big deal is. I know what Bickford's big deal is. I know what Beowulf's gonna do, and I got a pretty good idea what Idicus is gonna do. But I never had this arc for Creature until I think tonight, because now Creature is whole. So now we get to see what Creature does when he's not fighting for his sanity every moment of every day. So I'm glad we're giving you a week to think of that. But thank you very, very much for joining us, as always. Whew. 2 thank yous left. I got to get to this one quick because we're already down to 10 people in chat. Thank you, chat. Thank you, Hellhound, Stack Moon Shadow, Lance. You managed your computer and the internet
God, Lance
did not turn against you. You made the whole show tonight. Thank you. Awesome, wonderful, marvelous. Everybody who showed up to watch this, thank you so, so much. I enjoy what we're doing to this this scenario, and I'm sure everybody but Wizards does. So we're going to keep it going from this point on. If you saw it on YouTube and you watched all the way to here, hit that like button because you either did or you hated it, and hit the dislike button too, because apparently as far as the algorithm is concerned, there's no difference. So if they hit a button, it's a good thing. So with that, thank you to every single body here. I didn't have a whole lot of energy coming in tonight, but you guys just dragged me up, and we are doing wonderful things, and by the time we get to the end of this module, there's going to be nothing left of it. And thank you all for that. So with that, the only thing left, until next week, as always, please be nice to each other. Good night.